Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Blessing again. Have you missed me? Because I missed you too. It's been a while, I'm not gonna lie, but hey to everyone who's just subscribed, and if you're watching this and you haven't subscribed yet, click that subscribe button. So today I'm doing story time with B again, and this was the time when I was made an accidental side chick. So I'm gonna tell you how that happened. But so this story began in first term of second year of university. Me and my housemate had a house party, and this guy was there. And so that's when I met him. And I must have given him my number at the end of the party. And then somehow we went home with my keys. Don't ask me how, I don't know. So we met up for him to give me back my keys. And that's how we started speaking. So we used to speak for like a lot, like just as friends, we're speaking for a long time. Like, we'd meet up at the library and revise together. Like we just used to talk as friends. And obviously I told him about my blog and my YouTube. Eventually found out what he had done was he went on my blog and watched all my videos to find out what I liked and what I wanted, and that's what he used to kind of get me, if that made sense. So yeah, so we started speaking, and we're speaking for like a month. So then one day he asked to come around to my house, and that day I genuinely wasn't in a good mood, and I don't, like, when I'm not in a good mood, I don't want people to come around me because I'm going to be snappy with you, and I don't want to put someone that I don't know that well through that. So I was like, oh, can we reschedule? But because we've been talking for like a month, I think he assumed that me trying to reschedule was me rejecting him, so we kind of stopped talking. So then we started speaking again, and then he asked me to cook for him, and I'm like, bitch, I ain't cooking for no man. You ain't my man. I ain't cooking for you. So then we stopped talking again. One day my man turns up at my house looking for juice. Don't ask me what, I don't know why I am the one that has all the juice, but it turns up at my house, calls me, he's like, I'm here, I'm looking for juice. I'm like, okay, which one? Anyway, so he starts telling me like, oh, Blessing, I really like you, like, it's not just like your outer appearance, I like your intelligence, the way you are, your personality, I like how you're different, blah, 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 blah. You know what these guys say, all this, like, yeah, like, I'd like to take you on a date. But it was practically begging to take me out. And I was like, okay, well, it seems like it's making effort. He wasn't exactly really my type, like, he wasn't ugly, it was an alright looking guy, but he was a bit dopey for me, so I was always a bit apprehensive about if I liked someone. But I was like, you know what, let me just see where it's going. So we start talking, and if you know me, you know I like my Nollywood. I like to get down to Nollywood. Obviously I mentioned that to him, and he's like, oh, like, I want to have a Nollywood night with you. I want you to show like my flatmates Nollywood movies. So I'm like, you know what, I'm down for that. I'm here to educate people on Nollywood. I want to tell the world about Nollywood. So I went round, please tell me, explain to me, where were his flatmates? So that day, me and him did chill. And then this is the night when he started bringing on which now looking back, what he was saying is stupid. And if you told me that now, I'd be like, what? But back then I was a bit naive, and I was like, okay, I was falling for it. My mom was saying you're the kind of girl I would marry, like, my parents would love you. I want to marry you now and then get to know you after. Like, I would have asked you out right now because literally you have everything I want in a girl. You're perfect, you're this, you're that. This guy was putting it on, and I was a bit like, but a part of me was getting sucked into the, you know, the lifestyle. And also we start seeing each other a bit more frequently. This guy will be forcing himself on my Snapchat, telling everyone this is my girl, putting me on the Snapchat. So then one day the effort starts to wane a bit. Like, usually we're talking 24/7. Like, every morning I've gotten a text from him. We talk all throughout the day, every night if he's not around here. So one day it kind of got a bit off, and I'm like, I'd already dealt with 2 F-words before him, so I'm kind of like, my guard is a bit up. I'm like, I'm not ready for this. If you're not going to be serious, let me know. So I called him, bring, what are you doing with your life, boy? Get your life. And then he was like, no, I'm sorry, giving excuses. And I was like, listen, I'm going to ask you 2 questions, and I want you to be honest with me. So I'm like, first of all, do you honestly, seriously like me? He said, yes, I do, boo. Number 2, do you want to be in a serious committed relationship with me? He said, yes, I do, and I'm going to prove to you that I'm a good guy and I'm the guy for you. I'm not going to be like, oh, those other guys that played you and did this and did that. Like, I'm for real, I'm serious. Like, so I was like, okay, that reassured me for a bit. And after that, he started becoming serious again. And then, like, he came around with his friend one time. And if you see this, guys, let me give you a tip. Don't think because a guy introduces you to his friend or his family that you have made it. This guy, if you see his friend, it was like, oh, I'm so jealous. You guys are such a good couple. Like, oh my gosh, you guys make me want to get baked. Like, This guy was doing dramatics. He was acting to the maximum level of acceptation. But then this was the first time that there was a bit of a red flag, yeah. His friend kind of slipped up. His friend mentioned this other girl. And her name was Laura. So the friend mentioned Laura. And I'm like, who's Laura? Like, who? I want to know who Laura is. So, like, he's looking at his friend like, but then his friend explains that Laura is the girl that he kissed in Freshers Week. So I was like, okay, but you better stay away from Laura. I don't want to know about Laura. Because in my head, you know, like, if you kiss on the Freshers Week, me and him weren't talking in Freshers Week, so it's all cool. Why do I care about Freshers Week? But that was, Laura turned out to be the girlfriend. Let me just spoil the story for you now. Laura is the girlfriend. Yeah. So then after that, everything is still good. Like, we're getting proper serious. And I'm thinking, you know, it's all good. I'm still a bit like, am I not sure? But my friends are like, Besson, just because people hurt you in the past doesn't mean this guy's going to hurt you. Give him a chance. He's actually trying. Everyone actually thought he was a genuine guy. Mate, I'm even telling you, the one thing that really got me about him was how much he was like, I respect, because I told him, like, you ain't getting no cookies. You're not getting into the cookie jar. No good. I'm waiting till marriage, okay? And he was like, he really respected that. And that's what really made me, like, give in to, like, the idea of being with him. Because, like, from the start, he was like, you know, I respect your wishes. And, like, he knew the boundaries. He never crossed the boundaries once when I was with him. And even if I forgot my boundaries and I tried to overstep them, I'll be like, no, blessing. Don't do something you're going to regret. You wait until marriage. Think of your future husband. That got me. I was like, yes, you're right. You was right. You was smart. You was loyal. I appreciate you. That you appreciate me. And the reason why he respected my wishes because he'd watch my videos and he knew that's what I wanted. I'm just saying. Like, I was working at a place then and I kind of hooked him up with, like, getting a job there. So, like, I think the next week we were supposed to go to the interview. He asked me to come along with him to the interview and I was like, yeah, cool, that's sure. So everything's going well in this relationship. I'm thinking, okay, you know what, yeah, I might have found bae. I might have found the one. Yes, honey. No, you already know what the story's going. I ain't found no one. Okay, he says that he doesn't really use Snapchat. And one day I see he's got a second best friend on Snapchat. Like, after me there was another girl. And I know this girl because... One second. Yeah, I know this girl because she was at my party. There was something with them at my party. Like, so when I saw that, I was like, For someone who doesn't use Snapchat, having this girl that you and her were talking or something at my party, this is not normal. This is not the way. This is not the answer. But obviously, I'm not going to ask him that. So I was like, okay, let me call my friend from London that knows this girl. So, picked up my phone. Ring. Hello, Shakisha. Her name's not Shakisha. But yeah, I called my friend from London and I'm like, talking to her. And I'm like, oh, girl, yeah. You know that guy that was at the party? She says, yeah. You know the girl that you said that they spoke at the party? Do you know if they're still talking to each other? And my friend is like, oh, yeah, no, they stopped talking because he has a girlfriend now. So I'm like, oh, snap. Because I didn't tell my friend. I didn't really tell people about him because I wasn't 100% sure. So I was like, girl, I have a confession to tell you. I have something to tell you, basically. Well, you know the girlfriend that he has? Well, that's me. Because obviously he'd been telling people in front of me that I was his girlfriend. So I was like, sorry, I didn't tell you, but I'm the girlfriend. My friend is confused. She's like, you? What? No. The girlfriend's name is Laura. My face, first of all, my heart stopped. My face dropped. My legs wobbled. I was like, come again for Big Daddy. Come, just try it again in English. Maybe it's like, just say it in, try again. I don't understand. I can't comprehend. No comprehendo. Me. So me. What? Who? Why? And this is the point where it clicks. I've heard that name Laura before. Where have I heard that name before? When the friend came round. So I'm like, girl, I'm gonna need you to be sure about what you're saying right now. Like, Laura. Who is Laura? Who is Laura? I've been dating this guy. Who, wait, then it hit me. Did you say the other girl has been dating him? She was like, yeah, they've been dating each other for a long time. And then they only recently just stopped. I was like, yippa. What? What? Only recently just stopped. I've been talking to this guy for almost 4 months now. How can they only recently have just stopped? And then she told me she's gonna tell Lucy, the guy that was on Snapchat, to call me so we can talk. I'm like, you better tell her to call me so we can talk. So like, I'm like, you know what, yeah, tell her to call me. The girl calls me, and guys, this is where all of the tea starts bubbling. The tea starts getting comprehensive. Yeah. It turns out, let me now paint you. I'm gonna paint you a picture. It turns out, this guy, let's call him Jack. Hey Jack. Jack here was dating both Laura and Lucy at the same time. They're all in one course. They're all in first year. I was in second year, so I wasn't even in their circle. They're all in first year. They're all on the same course. They go to the same lectures. Lucy knew about Laura. Laura didn't know about Lucy. But this guy was telling Lucy, oh, like, basically, I don't want to be with Laura. I want to be with you. But everyone in the course knows us together, so I don't want to make them think you're a homewrecker if I break up with her for you. So, like, just let me date her for a bit, and then when it's a bit dead, I'll just dead it down and then come to you. So people won't know that you're the reason why. And Lucy was telling me how, like, it was so uncomfortable for her, because for her, like, she had to be smiling in Laura's face knowing that she's, like, with her boyfriend. And apparently, like, it was just bare, it was a mad thing. So, like, eventually, apparently Lucy kept trying to break up with him, but he wouldn't let her go. And apparently, he was saying all of the things he was saying to me. You are respectable. You are the kind of girl I want to marry. Your mama gonna like you. My sister gonna love you. My family gonna adore you. Yeah, he was saying all of that jazzy, jaggy rubbish to her as well. So apparently, they recently stopped going out because she finally realized he wasn't gonna dump Laura. So I'm like, so at one point, all three of us overlapped. How this guy in first year doing mathematics, how he has time, financial maths as well, which is hard. How you have time to be juggling 3 girls at once is actually beyond me. Please, put your energy into getting money. Why not put your energy into getting her first? Did he put? No, he was chasing skirt. Anyway, that's not the issue. So the girl's like, okay, I have Laura's number. Can I give Laura your number? I was like, give Laura my number. Let's talk. Let's figure this. Let's get to the deep bottom of the issue. Oh, okay, so I'm chilling and then my phone rings. Hello, who is it? It's Laura. Hey girl. And she's like, okay, Blessing, can you please tell me, like, what's been going on? I'm like, I'm gonna tell you what's been going on, because you need to tell me what's been going on too. So I'm like, I've been dating this guy for the past 4 months, and I'm hearing that you're his girlfriend, but like, he's always at my house, we're talking constantly, like, I don't understand. And she's like, wait, but how? Like, when did it end? I'm like, it didn't end. I'm seeing him tomorrow. I'm going to the interview with him tomorrow. It did not end. She's like, wait, what? But he said he's gonna come around. And I'm like, listen, boo, this is not the time for confusion. What's going on? She's like, okay, well, I'm gonna try and sort it out. I'm gonna go to his house right now and try and sort it out. I'm like, you do that. Now I had, like, as soon as Lucy told me what had happened, I messaged the girl. I was so angry. I was like, F you. That's just all I sent to the guy. He was like, why? What have I done? What happened? And then, like, I waited a while, and I think he must have found out that he's been clocked. So then I called him, and he wouldn't pick up. So I was like, okay, well, not only is he a dipshit, he's also a coward. So, like, I sent him a message, like, to be honest, yeah, someone did this to your sister, how did I do? I was just, like, expressing myself. So he already knew what had gone down. So the girl went over to his house. Then I get a call from the girl. I get a call from Laura. And she's like, tell her what you told me, to him while I'm on the phone. Tell her what you told me. And he's not saying anything. He's like, no. She's like, tell her what you told me. I'm like, tell me what you told her. Tell me what you told her, bitch. And then he's like, she's a good person, talking about me. And the girlfriend's like, are you trying to say I'm not a good person? He's like, no, but she doesn't deserve this. And she's like, what, mate? Tell her what you told me. I'm like, tell her what you told me. I mean, told me what you told her. And then this guy is just, he's not speaking. So, I think I must have been like, mate, I'm coming around because I need to understand what this guy's trying to say. Like, I want to be there. I want him to say whatever he's saying to my face. He's like, I don't think there's any need for that. You don't think there's any need for that? The girl's like, babe, please come round. I'm like, I'm coming, Joe. So I'm angry because this house is walking distance away from mine. So I'm just like, I'm ready. I need you to explain to me in deep. I want a 4,000 word essay of how this came to be. I get there. The first thing he says is, sorry. I'm like, sorry for what? For how are you even going to begin to what are you sorry for? Why, when, who, what, how, day, do, when, nibo, kini? What are you sorry for? He's like, I didn't mean to do this to you, like that it was never supposed to get this deep. I'm like, mate, you need to start. I started speaking in tongues. I was like, you need to explain. I don't understand. He didn't really have anything to say is the bottom line. Every time he tried to talk to me, obviously the girlfriend's gonna be like, what? Nibo for where? Every time he was explaining, I'd be like, really? That's not what you tell me. Obviously, and I'm bringing up all the things he's done to me. And obviously the girlfriend's like, rah, wait, what? We're just trying to get him to explain, and he couldn't. It was like, I don't know why I did it. I just did it. I was gonna tell you eventually, but and then I was like, oh well, I was just like, we weren't serious yet. And she's like, after 2 months of being in a relationship, we weren't serious yet. It even got to a point, it got silent because he didn't have anything to say. And me and the girl were like, yeah, there's 2 of us and there's 1 of you. We could hurt you right now, and no one's gonna do it. Like, we could hurt you. He's like, I'm like, why are you laughing? What concerns you? Anyway. His eyes were just cold. He was cruel. He had nothing more to say. Literally, it was just like watching the devil. And so the girl kind of got tired. She was like, did you sleep with him? I was like, no, thank God, no. But she was just like, I can't take it anymore. So she left. And I'm like, listen, I'm gonna need you to try and help me to understand why you did this. I don't know. I just did it. I'm like, you can't just go around teasing people like that. Like, you knew you weren't going to get anything from me. He was like, I wasn't trying to get anything from you. I thought you were a good person. I don't have a reason. I'm like, what you did isn't right. He's like, yeah, I know it's not right, but I just did it. And I'm like, okay, you know what, God bless you. Good luck in the future. Cool. So I left as well. When I got home, Laura, the girlfriend called me, and she's like, are you alright? I'm like, yeah, no, you know what, I'm cool. God saved me from a potential disaster. I'm good. I was like, you alright? She's like, yeah, I'm good. And I'm like, you know what, I'm actually surprised at how you're taking it. Like, she's like, I'm not one of those girls who's going to go back to a guy when he's been, like, I'm not one of those girls, no. Like, he needed to be dealt with. I'm like, yes, he did. Story. No. Anyway, I don't know how true it is, but I heard from Lucy that apparently this guy, like, later went back to her house throwing stones out her window. It must have thought he was Romeo. And apparently, like, when she let him in, he got down on the floor and started rolling and crying, like proper crying and begging, saying, I can't live without you, don't leave me. He was basically writing a fairy tale. Apparently, I heard they got back together, which I think they probably did. Anyway, that's not my concern, because how I moved on with my life. And then, like, later on, he got the job that I was hooking him up with. So I was on my way to work one day, and then he came as well to the bus stop. And if you see the way this guy was acting as if me and my best friends, he was like, oh my God, blessing. I was like, bitch, don't you remember what happened? Because after that day, I never saw him again. So this was the first time I'd seen him. And he was acting like, he was like asking me for advice on where he should live and all this crap. And I was like, boy, you crazy? He was like, anyway, but at that point, I already had a boyfriend, a new boyfriend anyway. And I didn't care. I had no hard feelings towards him. I didn't let myself get so attached to the point that it would hurt me. So I was able to move on quick. Listen, I got over him quick because he was a waste man. Waste men don't occupy my time and my thoughts. And I've seen him a couple times since. And no hard feelings. He talks to me like we're besties, and I look at him like, you're crazy. But other than that, what can you do? So yeah, like, a couple lessons from this story is you ain't ever gonna know when a guy's an F-boy. He's gonna be an F-boy if he wants to be an F-boy. Because this guy was putting in F. It's not even like he was showing red flags. He was trying. And he did everything I wanted someone to do. And he treated me the way I wanted someone to treat me. It's kind of a situation where he wasn't even acting like an F-boy. So how are you supposed to know? Number 2, just because you meet a friend don't mean nothing. Boo. Those friends will eat your jollof rice and laugh in your face, laugh behind your back. And number 3, girls, if a guy cheats on you, not once, but twice, run for your life. Run for your life. Run. Anyway guys, that's the end of the story. I hope you enjoyed the story time. If you did, click the like button. Comment down below a situation that you have been made an accidental south shit. No, but let me know down below or what you think about my story. Do you think that I should have known? What do you think? And subscribe to the channel and share it so that we can expose all these men that are deadly. I have a couple more accidental side chick stories. I'm not proud. If you want to know more about my side chick chronological situations, comment down below, let me know, and I'll make more videos. I'll see you guys next week. Bye.